Most people get this completely wrong. They think starting a company in Canada is complicated, requires huge money, and is only possible if you are a citizen. That's not true. The biggest mistake? Not understanding the exact legal process and guessing your way through it. Here's the truth no one tells you. Canada is one of the most business-friendly countries in the world. You can legally start a company even as a non-resident if you follow the correct steps. But here's the problem. If you miss even one legal requirement, you can face delays, penalties, or even rejection. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the complete legal step-by-step process to start a company in Canada in 2026. You'll learn the exact structure, documents, costs, and strategies to do it the right way. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to launch your Canadian company legally and confidently. Let's get straight into it. First, understand this clearly. You do not always need to be a Canadian citizen to start a business. Yes, non-residents can start companies in Canada. But here's the catch. Some provinces require at least one local director. This is where most people fail. They don't check provincial rules. Now, let's move to the first step. Choosing your business structure. The most common options are sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. Now here's where most people get confused. They pick based on what sounds easy. That's a mistake. Let's simplify. A sole proprietorship is simple but has no liability protection. A corporation is more complex but offers legal protection and better scalability. Now here's the key point. Most serious businesses choose incorporation. Now, let's move to the second step. Choosing between federal and provincial incorporation. Now, this is important. Federal incorporation allows you to operate across Canada. Provincial incorporation is limited to one province. Now here's where it gets interesting. Federal incorporation gives you broader name protection, but may require extra steps in provinces. So choose based on your business plan. Now, step 3. Choose your company name. Your name must be unique and approved. You may need a nuance report. This checks if your name is already in use. Now here's the problem. Many people skip proper name checks and face rejection. Now, step 4. Set your registered office address. This must be a physical address in Canada. Done. Now here's the catch. You cannot use a random international address. Now here's where it gets interesting. You can use service providers if you don't live in Canada. Now, step 5. Appoint directors. Now this is critical. Some provinces require at least one Canadian resident director. Now here's where most people fail. They don't meet this requirement, and their application gets rejected. So always check provincial rules. Now, step 6. File your incorporation documents. This includes articles of incorporation. You submit these online or through authorized services. Now here's the key point. The process is relatively quick. Now, step 7. Get your business number. This is issued by the Canada Revenue Agency. It's like your company's tax ID. You need it for taxes and operations. Now, step 8. Register for taxes. Depending on your business, you may need to register for GST or HS. Now here's the problem. Many new business owners ignore this and face penalties later. Now, step 9. Open a business bank account. This is essential. But here's where most people struggle. Many Canadian banks require physical presence. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some fintech options are available, but always check requirements. Now step 10. Get necessary licenses and permits. This depends on your industry. Now, here's the key point. Not all businesses need licenses, but some do. Now let's talk about costs. Incorporation can cost between 200 to 500 Canadian dollars. Additional costs may include legal and service fees. Now, here's the insight. You don't need a huge budget to start. Now let's talk about a real example. Rahul wanted to start an e-commerce business. He chose federal incorporation, followed each step carefully, and launched successfully. Now compare that to Alex. He skipped research, chose the wrong structure, face delays and extra costs. So, planning matters. Now here's where it gets interesting again. Do you need a visa? No, die. You can own a company without a visa. But working physically in Canada may require one. So understand the difference. Now let's talk about compliance. You must file annual returns, maintain records, and pay taxes. Now here's where most people fail. They ignore ongoing requirements and face penalties. Now let's talk about common mistakes. Choosing the wrong structure, ignoring residency requirements, skipping tax registration, not maintaining compliance. All of these can create serious issues. Now let's talk about strategy. Start simple. Choose the right structure. Follow legal steps carefully. Use reliable services if needed. And stay compliant. Now here's a key insight. Starting a company in Canada is not difficult. But doing it correctly is important. Now, let's talk about benefits. Access to a strong economy. Stable business environment. Global credibility. And growth opportunities. Now let's talk about long-term growth. Once your company is set up, you can expand, hire employees, and scale internationally. Now here's where it gets interesting. A Canadian company adds trust to your brand. Now let's bring everything together. Starting a company in Canada involves choosing the right structure, registering your business, getting your business number, opening a bank account, and maintaining compliance. If you follow the correct steps, the process is straightforward. Now here's the final insight. The people who succeed are not the ones who rush. They are the ones who follow the process, step by step. They avoid shortcuts. And they build a strong foundation. So don't overcomplicate it. Start with the basics. Follow the steps. And take action. If you found this helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more business and legal guides, and comment below if you want help choosing the best structure for your Canadian company. Because the right start today can save you years of problems later. And that's exactly what you want. I'll see you in the next video.